Hi again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of RV Business Capital Talk. I'm Rick Kessler from RVBusiness, and with me today is Anthony Wollschlager, Group President for Airxcel. And I should mention Airxcel is a generous sponsor of RV Business Capital Talk. Dicor Products has been with us since the get-go. Anthony, first of all, thank you for that sponsorship and welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, Rick. Appreciate the time today.
Hey, let's talk about this week. It was a pretty exciting week for Airxcel. You guys just finished your new product showcase down here in Elkhart, at downtown Elkhart. We had an opportunity to come see some of the new products, and got to say, I was pretty impressed. You have a lot of innovations going on.
Yeah, we do. We do have a lot going on. The showcase this week was a culmination of a lot of work by a lot of different people within our organization. The customer reception was fantastic. We had over 200 plus pre-registrations for the event. Actually, at the conclusion of the event last night, we far surpassed those pre-registrations. So it was great. It was great to see the turnout, and I was happy for the team to have that result, given all the hard work that they had done.
Do you have any products specifically that you'd want to highlight? Because we could go through dozens and dozens. We don't have that much time, so maybe a few.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to back up a little bit, this year has been the tale of two halves, really.
Yeah.
Think about the first half of the year, our customers were running at a record pace. We were still navigating through supply challenges, hyperinflation, and then it switched nearly to the polar opposite, where we saw demand start to slow, which really provided us an opportunity to challenge our teams. And around the July timeframe, we challenged our teams to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. And we say it in that fashion as we have a lot of core competencies amongst all of our businesses. But there's a lot of product segments that we have not historically been in, but yet we have the core competencies and skill sets in order to enter those product segments. I'll use Suburban as an example. Suburban just launched an entrance step into the marketplace. Suburban is a manufacturing business of steel and aluminum. They assemble products all day long in Dayton, Tennessee. So based on their skill sets, it wasn't a far stretch for them in order to enter that step market. So I was really proud to see them develop that product in the short amount of time that they did, and the feedback was great. Another product that we launched was through Clear Vision with a baggage door. So Clear Vision's core competency is manufacturing windows. Obviously, they have equipment and skills in order to bend aluminum every day. They can acquire exterior fiberglass FRP from Vixen, which is one of our companies. They can acquire Luan replacement and elk board from Elkhart Composites, one of our companies. And so they weren't too far away from moving from a window to a baggage door. Hence why, we showed Clear Vision doors at our showcase this week. And for the launch of Valerium, which is our new awning business, a little different mindset in the sense that it's a standalone business within Airxcel. It will have its own team, its own facility here in Elkhart. But you think about our leadership team and our team around that leadership team. We have over 100 plus years of experience in the awning business. So it was just a matter of time for us really to tap into that skill set and launch that product. So it was terrific to see everything come to fruition, but really the hard work starts now, Rick. Getting to this spot is one thing, but now getting the product placed with our customers is a totally different animal.
I don't mean to lead you with this question. This is really my observation, probably shared by many. Just walking around the floor and looking at all the new products, the ones you mentioned, plus, like I said, dozens of others. I mean, it really Airxcel is, not to use a cliche, but you're really taking it to the next level. You're really growing by brand growth. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. We firmly believe if you're not growing, you're dying. And regardless of the market conditions, whether they're favorable or unfavorable, the expectation that we give to ourselves is that we grow and we outpace those markets. So this is just part of our culture. And if you think about our core competencies historically with air conditioning, water heaters, furnaces, and so on, we still develop and do product extensions for those. But as our business has scaled, in order to have that same type of growth trajectory, we need to look outside of those current products. Hence why we've pivoted and are accelerating down other product segments. But again, I just want to reiterate, they're not so far outside of what we do. So it's an exciting time, and I can't say it enough. I'm thankful to have the customers support us in these endeavors. And then secondly, how proud I am of our teams and what they were able to produce.
Anthony, as we've said, there's dozens of products that we could be talking about. There's a few that caught my eye. I hope you might be able to expound on. One is the from Dicor. It's the gunnable sealant, and it's also the EPDM Plus rubber roofs coming back. Yeah,
great product. I mean, obviously EPDM was the horse in our market for a long time. For many reasons, on the OEM placement side, that has reduced over time. However, it was still very popular in the aftermarket. So we have launched EPDM Plus, which is a rubber product, and we expect to have success with that in the aftermarket and in the OEM space. The gunnable butyl product that you mentioned was just an idea that came about from one of our team members, and they went to work, and that has been received a great reception in the aftermarket. So yeah, pretty cool twist on a product that's been in the market for a long time, just in a different form.
Some of the other things too. Again, Coleman Mach had all kinds of nice stuff. The RVC on a lot of the vent fans now. But Aquahot has the Gen 1. Tell us about that, because that was pretty slick.
Yeah, great product from that team in Colorado. So the Gen 1 really for a Class B OEM or a small Class C OEM to start with, to have a furnace, hot water heater combo, is a great product. So I think that the reception from customers was great. Typically Aquahot has played in that Class A motorhome with their hydronic heating systems and done a great job. But again, they were challenged. They stepped up to the challenge and delivered a great product.
Anthony, there's a ton of other products I could ask you about, but there's one in particular I definitely want to have you discuss, just as much as you can anyway. You couldn't miss it walking in the front door. There's a travel trailer chassis sitting outside with your name, not yours, but Airxcel's name on it. What are we doing here?
So we challenged our teams, as I mentioned, Rick, in July, and thinking about our core competencies, and that idea was twofold. One, we've had a lot of customer interest or a lot of customer requests for us to enter that space. So then number two, back to our challenge to the teams in July, one of our divisions decided that they were going to go and build the chassis that was shown this week. So we'll talk about that more in the months to come. But I was happy to have us execute on a customer request in the fashion that we did, and again, proud of the teams for what they were able to do.
Okay, let me last question for you, and this will be the question that Sherman would normally ask, which he would if he was able to join us this morning. But and you kind of touched on it, that now's the hard part, bringing those products to market in a meaningful way, given the market conditions. Your take on those market conditions and when those products, it's going to vary, of course, but when those products can, when we'll see those on these units?
As soon as possible. So I can tell you today, my first day back in the office for the last 3 days, my sales organization is nowhere to be seen. So they are out in the market today, following up on all the opportunities that we discussed this last week with our customers. Not only that, the feedback that we received on those new products, and our engineering teams are tweaking those now in order to meet those customer requests. So look, while the calendar may say we're close to December 31st, our mentality is one that we're accelerating those sales efforts now in order to get placement. I really think that our OEM customers in particular are facing some challenges in the market right now, and we offer perhaps some opportunities for them to differentiate their products, to provide more bullets in their guns, so to speak, when they're talking to their dealers. So I think we're doing our part the best that we can in order to help them sell more units, which ultimately will help us as well.
Very good. Anthony, thank you again for your time. Really enjoyed seeing all the new products that you guys have coming down the pipeline. And again, thank you for Dycor's continued sponsorship for this RV Business Capital Talk series.
Thanks, Rick. Really appreciate it, mate. Bye.
Okay.